Good day, it's Monday, March 21st. I'm Bryann Aguilar, and here's what's making news now. The Black Lives Matter group in Toronto is occupying a space outside of Toronto Police Headquarters today. They were removed from Nathan Phillips Square Sunday evening. The group is protesting a couple of issues, including the decision by the SIU that cleared a police officer of any wrongdoing in the shooting death of Andrew Loku. Loku was shot by police on July 5th after refusing to comply with demands to drop a hammer and threatened to kill a friend of a guest in the apartment. The group is also upset about the city's decision to reduce the popular Afrofest music festival to one day after complaints about the noise were put forward. In other news, the 3-month-old baby who was the subject of an Amber Alert Sunday afternoon has been found safe. The baby was in the backseat of the 1997 Camry that was stolen in the parking lot of a flea market. A hotel worker called the police Sunday evening after she noticed the vehicle in the hotel's parking lot near Dixon and Martin Grove. The suspect, who is still on the loose, is described as a white male between 40 and 45 years of age. He could face a number of charges, including failing to provide the necessities of life and dangerous driving. Meanwhile, York Regional Police is investigating a death in a home under construction yesterday evening in Markham. Officers found a body at a construction site on Laurelleaf Road near the Bayview and Stills area. According to police, one man is in custody and another is under investigation in connection with the incident. No charges have been laid so far. York Police is asking anyone with information to contact investigators or Crime Stoppers. The Canadian Human Rights Tribunal is investigating Air Canada whether it discriminated against an Arab-Canadian man in an incident in 2011. The man was not permitted to board his flight from London, Ontario to Vancouver because he was in the U.S. no-fly list. The tribunal will determine whether the airline discriminated the man on grounds of race, ethnicity, or religion by denying him service. An Air Canada spokesperson said the airline cannot comment on the case because it is before a tribunal. The hearings will take place this year or in 2017, according to the man's lawyer. 14 Canadian senators found out this morning how much money they will have to pay back to the Senate. 4 of them will repay the exact amount flagged by the Auditor General. Former Supreme Court Justice Ian Banney delivered his report to Senate Board of Internal Economy today, detailing his decision on the senators who decided to resolve their disputed expenses by arbitration. The Auditor General found 30 legislators in the Red Chamber claimed almost $1 million of expenses. All of the senators will have 30 days to pay back any outstanding amounts. In other federal news, the Liberals will unveil their 2016 federal budget tomorrow. It is expected that it will address issues about the youth, this including youth unemployment in Canada. Trudeau said they would spend $300 million a year for the next 3 years to create 40,000 youth jobs. The Liberals also pledged $40 million a year to help employers create co-op placements for students. They also promised to increase Canada's student grant for low-income students to $3,000 per year for full-time students. We won't know anything until 4 p.m. tomorrow if Trudeau will have a youth-focused budget. Watch for Skedline tomorrow. Terrorism charges against a Canadian businessman have been dropped, according to the family. Salim Al-Aradi was facing 3 terrorism charges in relation to funding, supporting, and cooperating with terrorist organizations. Al-Aradi's daughter said the charges were withdrawn at a court hearing in the United Arab Emirates today and was replaced by lesser charges. The Canadian has been detained in the UAE since August 2014. U.S. President Barack Obama has started its 3-day historical visit to Cuba. He's the first sitting president to visit the country since 1928. Obama is meeting President Raul Castro on Monday for economic and democratic reforms while hearing complaints about continued U.S. economic sanctions. This will be Obama and Castro's 4th meeting, likely their most substantial at the Palace of the Revolution. Obama is accompanied by First Lady Michelle Obama and his 2 daughters. Turkish newspapers carried front-page pictures on Monday of 3 more men believed to be planning suicide bomb attacks for Islamic State after a suspected member of the radical militant group killed 3 Israelis and an Iranian in Istanbul. Sunday's attack on a street along Pedestrian Avenue lined with international stores and foreign consulates was the fourth suicide bombing in Turkey this year. Two in Istanbul have been blamed on Islamic State, while Kurdish militants have claimed the two others in the capital, Ankara. The captured Paris attack suspect have been cooperating with police investigators, according to his lawyer. Salah Abdeslam was captured on Friday in an apartment in Brussels. He told investigators that he wanted to blow himself up along with others on the night of the attack. Meanwhile, Belgium officials are still looking for another man who is suspected to be an accomplice of Abdeslam. French President François Hollande is set to visit some of the relatives of the November 13th attacks. Those are the stories that's making news now. I'm Bryann Aguilar. See you next time.